Welcome to our 11th concert, streaming live from Teachín Ceoil. Happy January. So, I think this is probably our silliest theme to date. We had a bit of fun with this. In making choosing our tunes for this concert, we're like, well, you know, Valentine's Day is happening again before I put on another concert. So we had a few love-related tunes kind of mixed in. But once we had it all put together, it read a bit like a story. And so we kind of made up one just for fun, because, I mean, gotta do something for fun. So, we're starting off with a set of reels. The first one is Johnny's Own. The second is Jenny picking Cockles. And the third one is Lucky in Love. So, I suppose our story begins with Johnny and Jenny happily in love. And things just go downhill from there. Hope you enjoy. next set of tunes, it's a set of jigs. The first one is a Sean Ryan tune called The Castle, and the second one is a jig called The One That Was Lost. And I've taken this second tune and taken it down a fifth just because it came to my head that way, and I kind of liked it with the Sean Ryan tune. But in terms of our story, you know, I don't know what the castle is all about. Something happened at a castle, but in any case, Johnny's gone away, so he's the one that was lost. So here we go. first one is called Where Did You Find Her? And the second one is called Everybody's Fancy. So apparently Jenny's pretty popular after Johnny's gone away. So I hope you enjoyed these. These are fun, bright, happy tunes. I'm glad I learned them. County. And I guess she ends up in London, so.
Mrs. Galvin's and Paddy in London.
I'm guessing she's staying with Mrs. Galvin, and then she meets Paddy in London, and you know.
Drama.
Drama. Variety, I think, called A Week in January, which seemed appropriate for this concert. And it's kind of this slow, nicely paced tune as it was composed, but I've kind of turned it into a bit of an air, kind of slowed it down and given it a bit of an air feel, just to kind of give it, I don't know, it just sounded nice to me that way, so I'm going to play it that way. So A Week in January. So in terms of our story, you know, she's just met Paddy in London, and there's a week in January, so we'll see what happens. both of them I got out of O'Neill's. The second one is called Johnny the Jumper. So apparently on the last day of January, Johnny's back. And the last tune in the set is called The Rivals. So apparently Johnny and Paddy are both vying for attention now. But, all right. A few jigs. The last day in January, Johnny the Jumper and The Rivals. I think we're going to continue on with a set of reels. I got the second one from Leanne. It's a lovely tune called The Leading Role. And the first one is called Drag Her Around the Road. Drag Her Around the Road. It's a pretty common tune, and it refers to taking someone for a dance. That's crossroads kind of thing. So take her for a dance. So yeah.
And the leading role is composed by Liz Carroll.
So in terms of our story, somebody gets to dance with our Jenny and takes the lead. And I think we need to say it's Johnny.
It's Johnny.
It's Johnny. Yeah. More tea is necessary. The first one is called A Fig for a Kiss, and the second one is called Come Up the Stairs with Me. So, yep, somebody's definitely won her over there. And Fig for a Kiss is a good old tune, very common one, and it's the first Irish tune I ever learned on the fiddle. Way a very long time ago. I learned other tunes on the whistle before that, but this was the first tune I learned on the fiddle. And then the second tune I learned a few years ago now, but probably way more recently in any case. And it was recorded by our friends Nathan Gurley and Joey Obarda on their Copley Street CD. And it's a great tune. So, Fig for a Kiss and Come Up the Stairs with Me. I guess they ran off with some tinkers, got out of town. Yep. Because the next set is just a couple of reels that I really enjoy playing, and it's the Yellow Tinker and the Jolly Tinker. So,
awesome reels.
Yeah, a bit of good old tunes that are rather mighty. The first one, the Yellow Tinker, a few years ago, no, a few years ago at this stage, but Cormac Bailey recorded it and on a big low bassy concertina, and it sounds really great. So if you look that up, he has a great version of the Yellow Tinker on that CD. And so I'm playing a version that's more similar to the way he's playing it than other versions that might be out there. But not quite as cool as he is. very slidey sounding tunes. So much so that they're often called slides. But they are more commonly played by Donegal players. They're known for being played by Cassidy or Johnny Boyle. So it's two, like they're single jigs, or I'm not sure, but we are going to play them very slidey and just pretend like they're straight up slides, which is very different from how they were played by Cassidy, for example. So they're commonly called Johnny Boyles or Cassidys. We're just going to go with the Johnny.
Because we got a Johnny thing
Because
going.
we need
more Johnny.
So, Johnny's slides.
Yep.
with a tune called Johnny Cope. So apparently Johnny's coping wherever he is. But in reality, the tune refers to the leader of the British Army that fought one of the battles in the Jacobite Rebellion in Scottish Highlands, and was roundly rousted in a grand total of 15 minutes. And he was court-martialed for it because apparently those that were fighting under him turned tail and fled. But it's a great old tune, and it's I don't know. I think I've heard more often. The version I've heard most often is on that recording of Tony Lennon and Noel Hill. And I think Noel Hill just plays it solo on that album. And I remember the very first time I heard that. This was a very long time ago. It was one of the first CDs I ever got. Hearing all the chords that he was doing in the concertina at the time took me by surprise because I hadn't really heard that done on the concertina before, and I was like, it sounds like he's playing in a traffic jam, and that kind of. But it's a great tune. Trying to do it justice. So Johnny Cope. Well, we're gonna finish off this concert and this story with a set of reels, a couple of reels. The first one got from Leanne, called The Blockers.
The Blockers.
Apparently a Sean Ryan tune, and I have no idea why it's called The Blockers. If anybody knows, please let me know. And the last tune is The Girl That Broke My Heart. So we can call this Paddy's Lament.
Paddy's Lament. The story ends tragically.
Only for Paddy.
Only for Paddy, as they are.
It's very happy for Johnny and Jenny.
Right.
Apparently, Paddy is the one that's telling the story of this adventurous woman who went off to find her sweetheart. Found him, but then went back for her sweetheart. So. The Blockers and the Girls That Broke My Heart.
Thank you.